Hey everybody. I want to join our monthly check-in today, a couple of minutes early. We're trying to have guests join us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that we have all of our invites sent out. And it looks like I do, so that's a good thing. And again, for those of you that are going to be joining us today, or those of you that have currently joined us, we are just a couple of minutes early. This is the monthly check-in with the Facebook live chat that I have every single month with my good friend Charlie Red. Today we are going to be having a very robust conversation that both Charlie and I could talk about for a great length of time, a great deal of time, because I think that we fall within the category of today's topic. And so with that, again, thank you all for jumping on and joining us. Again, I know that I'm a few minutes early. I know that we're going to have some people that are going to join us outside of Charlie. So again, at this point, I'm going to check and see, make sure that everything has been sent, and yes, everything has. So it's just a question of people jumping on. So good early Saturday morning to everybody. Here in the Kansas area, it is almost 11 o'clock. So, and for those of you that are joining from the East Coast, obviously it's almost noon, and as well those that are Pacific coasters, I know it's almost 9 a.m. So I realize it's kind of early for some. Again, I appreciate everybody that's jumping on, taking a peek at this point. And as I mentioned, I'm just waiting for my cohort in crime to join us. So again, can anyone imagine that it's already the first part of August? You know, it seems like time is just slipping right past us as quickly as it does. And so here we are. Hey, Chuck. Morning or afternoon. Well, okay.
It's not
Can you
loud.
hear me, brother? What's that?
No, it's not loud. It's still
What's not loud?
my volume.
Oh, is it? Okay. Do you need to put your microphone on or what do you
I
think?
don't know. I mean, I can't. In terms of the back, I mean, can you hear me clearly or am I loud?
I can. Yep,
Okay.
I can hear you great. And it's asking me to bring you on camera even though you're on. Let me see what happens when I click bring you on and see if it makes a difference. I don't know if it will. Um, I don't see that it's allowing me to push it. So no, it's already saying that it says you're watching, but it also says bring you on camera. That's very odd. I know we're still trying to work out the bugs for Facebook, but that's okay. We'll just keep on going, brother. Do you need to increase the volume from your side? Can you increase it from your phone?
Gonna do. Let's
Let's
see.
give that a shot. See what
Oh,
happens.
there we go. That's much
Is
better.
that better?
Yeah, I went down and brought it back up. So
Okay, there you go. All right. So Chuck, I was just kind of saying as we were sitting here waiting, again, this is our monthly check-in with. I'm going to do an adjustment to my camera right now because last month it was like, wow, okay, that's better. um, but this is our monthly check-in with. This again is our monthly Facebook Live chat that we do. With me and my good friend, as you can tell, Charlie Red. He's got that smug look on his face. Don't know what that's about, but hey, we just deal with it. It's a Virgo thing. I don't know anyway. Uh, anyway, but for this month, we're going to have a very interesting conversation. And I was saying, Chuck, before you joined, that the topic, although I didn't announce it here, that it is one that you and I could speak with all
hmm
understanding the complexities of a platonic relationship between men and women. And again, you and I can talk about that for hours, for as many years as we've known each other. But I thought it good that since we're bringing it here, I was curious to see who was going to have what to say about it. And with that, I see that someone's watching us, so that's a good thing. I just wonder if it's capturing you right now, Chuck.
Okay.
Nope, nope, nope. Looks like we've got some other people, so that's good. But in the meanwhile, I know we've got some people that we've invited. The invites have been sent, just waiting for them to accept. But we can probably go ahead and get started. Are we at the top of the hour? We got about another
Yeah.
minute or so
Yeah.
before we hit the top of the hour. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
about another,
Say it again.
I said yes, about another minute.
Okay. The one thing I was saying right before you jumped on was I can't even believe it's August already. Last month or a couple of weeks ago when we did this, because the fact that we had 4th of July and we waited, da 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 da, we were saying I can't believe it's already July. It's already August.
hmm
Where is the time going? I have no idea, and that's insanity to me. But I guess it just is what it is. But anyhow, all right. So again, it looks like we've got some people that are watching. I want to make sure that it's not one of our guests that's supposed to be joining before we start in on the conversation here. But give me 1 second. Let me just double check. And I don't see that it is. So hopefully they don't have any problems getting in. And if you do, we'll work on all of that out. But for the meanwhile, because I think that we're right on time, why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm trying to recall, when did we come up with this particular topic? I think this was one that you had kind of conjured up. And again, if we're speaking from personal experience, and again, I know we could talk about that for hours, but where do you feel like this topic came from? Because I feel like this is one that you kind of pulled forth.
I mean, well, it came from actually several places. I think that part of it is just the understanding of us, getting together. Like, wait a second, how are they getting together to do a podcast, or even why are they getting together to do a podcast? So where is
Mm-hmm.
that coming
Mm-hmm.
from? And again, even just the original idea about us doing this was really just a fly on the wall concept, because again, you and I talk all the time. So it was just an opportunity to bring other people in, let them share their ideas, let them again be a fly on the wall, and
Mm-hmm.
if they wanted to participate, they could.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where this really came from. And so again, like everything else, you just sit around sometimes and just think about things that are off topic or subject that we all think about, but rarely do we discuss.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's where I was coming from in
Mm-hmm.
just being an observer and a scientist of human behavior. Let's talk about some things that we all discuss, or even think about, but we rarely discuss with other people. So
Right.
that was really the idea behind this, and so
Mm-hmm.
it can go in several different directions. Because again, it is a very complex, or could be a very complex situation. We might get into that today.
Mm-hmm.
um, but that's pretty much where it comes from, and it's really born out of also individual experiences. Because another part of this is, again, I think we're gonna, that might be another topic, so if I'm speaking out of turn, please correct me. But even in terms of being nice, and the misperceptions of you being nice as coming across as interest, just because you're nice to somebody. And
Mm-hmm.
that's going to happen
Mm-hmm.
more so for females than for males. So that's one of the things that, not wanting to challenge the females, I'm quite sure many females have experienced that, where they've been nice to somebody, and just your fact that you're being nice, all of a sudden that person felt that you were interested in them. So again, this topic is just an offshoot of that.
Okay, now your volume for me just went down because I think one of our guests was trying to call me. So hopefully she will see the invite and come here. I don't know if I can invite her again or not, and I don't think I can. So let's go ahead and keep going, and let's see if there's a way that maybe I can get her another way. I don't know if there is. Actually, you know what, Chuck, I hate to do this to you. I want to check over on the chat, and that's going to put me on hold. So give me a second here.
Take your time. And I hope it's still recording this, so when you go back to look at it and you look at yourself, how it caught you when you checked over on hold. But again, sometimes it's these bloopers that make things actually exciting, or actually make them fun. So that was good. To God be the glory.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm back. And welcome to my room. All right, let me, did it put it on pause, by the way?
I don't know. It said live, so when you go back to look at it, it's going to be very interesting what you see.
Oh, well, you know, hey, listen, I don't mind you guys seeing my bedroom. That's fine.
Oh, I'm
In
talking
the
about that.
meanwhile, what's
I'm
that?
talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you go back to look at it, which I know you will, and you see the time that you're on pause. It caught you as you exited. It caught you with this look. So for about 2 minutes,
Whatever. Hey, Varsi
morning.
Joseph.
How you
Good
doing?
morning.
How you doing, love?
Good.
Good, good. Now, I am having a hard time hearing you all, so I'm going to turn this down, bring it back up. Y'all keep talking. Let me see if I can hear y'all.
I can
Mic check 1, 2.
Okay.
Mic check.
It's like, I can hear the two of you great now. There you go.
Yeah.
Varsity Joseph, one of our loved ones.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, look, we go back many a days with you, my friend,
we
many a
do.
days. So thank you for jumping on with us.
Yeah.
I know we're still waiting for one more person, but that's okay. We'll see if that brother can make it or not. You know, he's older. I'll leave
Right.
it at that. I'll leave it at that. But Varsity, we were talking about the topic that we're covering today, which is the complexities of a platonic relationship. Um, Obviously, you know, Chuck and I could talk about that because we've known each other for a very long time. And generally speaking, I don't think it's ever been anything more than that, you know, irregardless of all the fun conversations we have about when we were 6. It has
Right.
never been anything more than that. But people have kind of wondered, I think, over the years. And so, not to say anyone has asked flat out, maybe a couple, but overall, we really wanted to talk about that and wanted to talk about maybe some history that you've had with it, because again, you know, from when we knew you, and we've known you since Frisbee, so since the early '80s, something like
Right.
that.
Right.
Would you feel like you kind of were a part of that, or you maybe even fell prey to that? That someone that you were friends with, a male that you were friends with, people would look at you and say, "How are you two not more than friends?" And Chuck, maybe you can kind of elaborate on that as well. But you know, Varsity, do you have any thoughts on that?
Um. Yeah, I've had a few friends like that, and we were just just like you said, just friends, platonic. And some people questioned it, but most of my friends are females and guys. So people knew that too. I was kind of popular in school, so I had a lot of guy friends, a lot of female friends, but nothing more than that. So um, I just keep my relationships with my guy friends relationship just as friends, and I don't take it no further. And so I just keep it platonic. But like you said, some people did question certain guys that probably they saw me with more than others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Chuck, I know that although I might know the answer already, and again, I don't want to talk about you and I necessarily unless that's where you'd like to go. I'm sure you could have that conversation with many of people, but what's kind of your thought? Is there he is. Old,
Varsity.
old timer,
What
old
you
time.
say?
Look.
I know. What's up, Charlie?
What's going on, man?
Oh man, I can't call it.
He said up
Okay, well
here, up
then,
here. Hey.
Trying to
hey,
get some volume on this damn thing.
Okay. Yeah, you might have to
Okay, here we go.
down a
Forget my
bit.
look. I've been working around the house.
no,
Hey,
you're
that's what
good.
matters.
Good.
But I
My
wanted to
volume is
Absolutely.
tripping. Hold on.
what Varsity said,
So,
because she started
Hold
off.
on. I can't hear nothing. Hold on, brother. Trying to figure out what's going on.
sorry, I'm sorry. I apologize. It did it to
Anybody
me
trying to
again.
see your
So sorry.
bed,
Go
Tanya?
ahead. Yeah, I
No,
know. I know.
I wanted to kind of what Varsity
The
said.
hell? My volume is tripping. Hold on, I'm gonna do it on my iPad. I'm gonna hit you right back.
No. Stay on your phone. It won't allow you on your iPad. It's got to be phone.
They won't let me use the iPad.
Yeah, it has to be phone.
That sucks.
Sorry. Well,
Mm-mm.
let me ask you this. Can you hear us?
I can barely hear you. I don't know what's going on with my volume.
Okay, so it might be something with my live now, but
No, hold on, I'm looking. The volume is up high.
Okay.
On
And what
that.
I had to do is I had to actually turn it down and then turn it back up.
Okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. No, I don't know what's going on. Normally it's loud.
Yes.
well, I mean, we can
There
hear
we
you,
go. There
Keith.
we go. There we go. I
You
don't know what
you can hear
happened. It's working now.
us? Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna stop for a second, and then I'm gonna kind of reboot. So everyone that's watching, this is the check-in, and this is the monthly Facebook chat that my good friend Charlie Red and I have. This month, we got some of our loved ones that we have known for a very long period of time, and thought that it would be wonderful to be able to have them come up and have this conversation with us. And so we've got our sister Varsity Joseph, we have our brother Keith Lane, and of course we have my good friend, my kid's godfather, Charlie Rez. You know, it's my partner in crime, that's my ace. But we are discussing the complexities of a platonic relationship between women and men. And so I feel like this is something that all of us can have a conversation about. Varsity, I know that you were kind of imparting with us about how you have both male and female friends, and you know, you didn't think nothing about it, even if somebody else might have, you know. Charlie, I know that I was coming to you, but then Keith, you joined. So Charlie, if you don't mind me pausing with you for a second, and then Keith, can I jump to you?
Go ahead.
Or do you want to get yourself situated over there first?
I gotta put the shirt on. I don't look right.
That'd be nice. Okay. Chuck, we'll go to you. This is how y'all know we're not professionals here. We just do stuff, and you know, these are our loved ones, so you know, it's what it is. Chuck, why don't I go ahead and have you jump in the topic real quick? What were your thoughts? You started in talking.
No, bloopers are very important. But anyway, I want to go back to what Varsity said. Mentioned it. I don't know if Keith is running the vacuum or what.
No. Oh no. Here we go.
But she said something very profound, and she pretty much said she started up a conversation, and it goes back, even going back that far. She said I was popular, and so when you are popular, that does bring on a certain level of scrutiny. It does bring a certain level of interest, that people are interested in your life and everything you do. And so you realize, you know, again, even as young adolescents growing up, how you have the world, quote unquote, watching you. So I'm glad she actually brought that up to kind of start it off, because that's what happened. I know she's on mute, but anyway, that's what happened. Can you hear me, Varsity?
You broke up for a minute,
I
Charlie.
broke up?
Yeah.
All right, I'll speak slow. I'm probably moving my head. I keep my head still. Okay.
Okay.
But so because of that, it does bring on a certain sense of, like I said, interest. You still can't hear?
Varsity, you are on mute, by the way.
Yeah.
I just noticed that you're on mute.
Yeah. Your microphone's on mute, Varsity.
So I wonder if that has
That little
something to
thing
do
right
with
there on
it.
the screen.
Yeah.
Ain't me.
If you can unmute yourself, that might have something to do with it.
Unmute yourself, Varsity.
You're
See
on
that
mute.
little microphone at the bottom of your screen?
You're on mute.
The very bottom. Uh-huh. Well,
Varsity, you're on mute. Varsity, you're on mute.
Lord Jesus. Keith, do me a favor. Send a
Go
message
ahead.
through the chat to her. Let her know she's on mute. Or
Okay.
Varsity, can you hear me? Can you hear me or no?
It's low.
Okay. Turn your phone down and turn it up. The volume down, turn it up. Okay, nope, I don't see that it's doing anything. Uh-oh. I tell you what, Varsity, I'm going to remove you, and then I'll see if I can call you back in. Okay? Let's see.
That's what happens when you turn 50 plus. Hey.
Shut your mouth.
I'll be 57 in 2 months.
Yes, we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, lords.
I'm trying to bring her back. There we go. Can you hear us? Okay,
She's still
you speak.
on mute.
Yeah, you're still on mute.
Turn your volume all the way up on your phone.
Yeah, if you.
What kind of phone you on, Varsity?
Yeah. There's something that you have that's on mute on your phone. You have to push the button.
There we go. Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yahtzee.
You were on.
We got
What's
it.
up, Mike Ferry?
Now we gonna put Keith on mute because he's gonna get to shouting people out that just came just to see him. Okay. So Keith, it's your turn, brother.
Okay, what's happening now? Refreshing.
So again, I would assume you could speak to this, being the
Yeah.
ladies' man that you are or were.
Was.
I still, I corrected it.
I
I corrected
was
it.
married now, boss.
Yes, respect to your newfound wife and brother, and congratulations to you as well. She's
Thanks,
beautiful. I
boss.
don't know how you got it. She's beautiful. Um, the complexities of a platonic relationship between men and women. What experience do you have with that? What can you kind of bring to this?
Well, I mean, I look at there's people like you, Varsity, and several others that we've been around each other since we've been around each other, and we're more like family than friends. And so it's always been platonic. There's even women that I've dated over the years that I'm friends with, and we're platonic, been platonic ever since. You know, the problem is sometimes people tend to think your friendship is more than what it is. They tend to think you're out here doing something with somebody that, you care less about on that level. This is somebody that you have a genuine relationship with that, that's grown, and I mean, hell, we've been knowing each other for over 40 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then we have other people in our life. Okay, I'll give you for instance, people I served in the military with in Germany, females as well. Never dated, but to this day we are still friends. 30 some years later, and some spouses think there's, on that side, thought there was something going on, but there's never anything going on. It's just, we have a genuine kinship. I think that's a better way of stating it. To where, like, okay, if I see you, I'm gonna walk up to you and hug you and give you a kiss because I can. Varsity, I don't know, because you've been evil lately. I don't know. Every time you come, you don't let me know you out here, but it's okay.
Oh,
But not, it's the dynamic is understanding who you are and understanding. Say with your spouse or your significant other, they need to understand we all have a past. We all have people in our lives that aren't going anywhere. People that are closer to us than they are to their own some of their own family members, because we have that genuine bond. We'll reach out and speak. It might be 5, 10, 20 years, but when we do talk, it's like we just talked yesterday. We're playing catch up. We're not sitting there judging what you did or didn't do in your life, or where your life is, or where your life isn't. It's all about how are you. And the platonic side of that is we need to continue to have these people in our lives that aren't trying to take us down mentally, emotionally, and blah, 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 or wanting something from us other than our genuine friendship and love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the one thing that I'd like to come back to, because, platonic is platonic. I mean, there's no way to kind of mince that word. You know what I mean? But to me, and you said it a minute ago, Keith, it's absolutely true. I know it's the case with how I feel about Charlie. Again, known him since 1976.
wow.
Do the math if you want to, but I've known that man a long time. And at the end of the day, he's not just my good friend, that's my brother. And I felt that way about him for a very long time. And there are many that can kind of come and look and say, like you were saying, Charlie, when we were leading in today, people are like, well, why did those two have to have a podcast? Why not? That's my brother. Why not?
But here's the thing. I'm sorry not to interrupt. Screw them, because they couldn't do it. That's the thing. You have people that can't do what you do on the outside looking in, secretly wanting to be you. So those are going to be your doubters and your haters, because they couldn't figure out how to put something like this together to bring people together to have these type of discussions. They'd rather be in the background saying, well, hey, like you said, why? Because I wanted to.
Or I would say, some women, to have guy friends, they have to mess around with them. Like, everybody's not like that, But some women are like that. Like, they have past history and it didn't work out, so they remain friends. That's not
Exactly.
platonic.
What you think, Chuck?
No, I mean, I get both of them have actually touched on. That's one of the reasons why we want to have this conversation, because we think about it, but we very rarely talk about it.
Right.
And it's so much that's involved in it. that sometimes, again, whether it be jealousy, as Keith was pretty much talking about, that could be a core reason. Whether it be people's own insecurity. Um, Again, it's much easier for me to project onto you than it is for me to look at myself in the mirror. And I think that's what Brother Keith was saying so profoundly. And so that's what we do just as people. So again, going back to, varsity, like I said in the very beginning, she mentioned I was popular. So again,
Yeah,
with popularity does bring scrutiny.
that
And,
comes. You have guy friends that is gonna. I'm from elementary school. They come on my Facebook and they'll still hit me up like family. Like, what you been up to? What you doing? And more than that, because they remember me from school, and just remain friends over the years and just keeping and catching up with one another. But if you're around somebody jealous, you're seeing, your popularity or your friendships with different people.
the one last thing I want to say, and then I get back, is
You're
Moving
not
too
clear,
fast.
Chuck.
okay. And I'm right by the
TV.
by the Wi-Fi.
Mm.
I'm positioning myself by the Wi-Fi. But the one last thing, I just want to say, in terms of with Tanya, I have a genuine love for her, and the genuine love is basically, again, she brings something to my life that enriches it. I didn't necessarily have to bring. She brings something sexually to my life
Right.
that enriches. It goes beyond
Yeah.
that. She brings something to my life
Right.
that enriches it. So as Keith, you don't understand that. F you.
Right.
Point blank and period. If you
Right.
can't, if you can't handle it, it is what it is.
Right.
But again, like I say, let's look at. I'm gonna say, for instance, look at our Facebook friends list, all of ours. Honestly, on mine, 90% of people I've been knowing all my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I've been knowing y'all since the 8th. I met Varsity in the 7th.
7th. Yeah, I met you in 7th grade.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So, and shit, her too. When she a little bitty girl, blah blah blah. But I'm saying, we have these genuine connections that people don't understand. I mean, everybody has genuine connections with certain people in their lives. But if I've never held any malice towards you and vice versa, why do you have malice now that we're damn near 60 years old?
Right. That's weird.
Why are you worried about what I am and what I am not doing, or what you are or not doing?
Right.
Everybody's path in life is totally different. I mean, hell, I didn't go to college until I was 47 years old. But because I wasn't ready as when I was running the streets and blah, blah. But you have people, everybody's walk of life are different. But if you come back, like how, when I used to say my little things, Tanya was always encouraging me, continue. And everybody would get on there, well, damn, I didn't know that was you. Because back then, I wasn't that type of guy. I was I wanted to party. I was the squarest brother you ever knew, but I wasn't square. But I love the party, and I love I love people. I have no malice or ill will towards anybody and what they do, or even how they feel about me, because you can never be me.
Right.
I might not have what you have, but obviously it wasn't meant for me to have.
Right. Right.
Or I've had it and screwed it off, and now they don't want it back because it's too much. You know what I'm saying? But we have to always maintain who we are and love who we love, and be there like we have been there for our loved ones. Blood is not always family. Family is not always blood.
Hey.
You don't
So
change up too much.
Yeah.
Change up.
Well, a lot of people do change up. They change their narrative to fit the narrative.
Right.
I've been Keith since I've been Keith. I'm not going to change who I am. And
Yeah.
again, back
You've been
on
consistent, brother. You have been consistent. Yeah.
And I don't care what nobody feels.
We still stay the same. Like, I'm still down to earth, still the same, but I do get busy. But I still pop on.
Right.
Well, every that was like my
Varsity, you're fading in and out.
oh
You're
maybe
doing
because I'm moving.
the Charlie Red on us.
I was saying my highlight of my Frisbee year was with you guys. You know, so
I mean, we had a great
we
time.
did.
We had a fun time.
We
You
had
know, those were some great years.
yeah.
Well, we screwed up everybody
So
after us. We did.
Not the time, Keith. Read the room, Keith. It's not the time, brother.
I'm talking about Eisenhower. I'm talking about them. We screwed up for
Oh
them
yeah, absolutely,
after us.
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Well, okay, so with that, again, platonic, like Chuck, we were talking about, that can go in a lot of different directions, and we've talked about people's perceptions, whether
correct.
you care enough about them, especially all these years later. Again, all of us have been out of school 30, 40 years. Does anybody really care what someone from that far back thinks about your current relationship with someone? The
No.
reality is, sorry?
I said no.
Yeah,
I don't.
the reality is that we are all still here. Shouldn't that be the overriding thing? We're all still here.
And we lost a lot along the way.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
and
We
man,
lost a lot
that's
along the way.
us.
you know, I'm just grateful we're all here to be able to say, hey, Brother Key, Sister Varsity, can y'all jump on with us and have this
Right,
conversation because y'all some of our loved ones.
right,
And appreciate y'all for supporting this because again, this is just something that we just do. You know, and Chuck, I know you said in the very beginning, and he says this every time we get on. He and I talk with some frequency. Again, he's my kid's godfather. And I trust him, obviously, to be my kid's godfather. But the
right,
point is, he's my kid's godfather. That's my brother. And we talk on average once a month or more, whatever it might be. But the point is, the conversations we have, this is an opportunity for us to have those same conversations. We're just doing it here. So the things we're talking about are things that he and I talk about. Nothing special, nothing,
more or less.
funny or
No hidden,
blah, blah, blah.
no hidden agenda.
No hidden agenda.
There you go.
No hidden agenda. Absolutely. So with that, so have you ever had a situation, and this is the question for the three of you, have you had a situation where somebody you were dating, so this is pre-marriage for most of us, someone you were dating got really jealous of you having your real good close friend? See, I can't even ask you that, Keith, because again, I know the answer already. I can't even ask you that. Chuck, I can't even ask you that. So, Bart, I got to ask you because I know
Oh
the
yeah,
answer already.
yeah,
No,
oh, yeah,
but ladies first. Have you had a situation where, again, somebody that's your ace, you just
yeah,
real good with, but the guy you were dating was like, nah.
yeah, yeah. That happened.
How did you kind of work through that?
Um, friends with this person since. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Now,
can hear you. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'll just tell them the situation that it's platonic. It's been my friend since school. And some don't get that. They be like, so why is that person still calling you? Well, we friends. They checking on me, seeing how I'm doing. Like, my friends, they check in. They may not check on me every day, but they will check in. And they'll see how I'm doing, how my kids are doing, and where I'm working, stuff like that. Like, and that's just it. So,
Absolutely.
but if you around someone and they don't really know you, they getting to know you, and then they see your phone ring or something, yeah, they kind of get jealous because they see a guy calling them. But that's a long-term friend. That's it.
Hey, facts. What you think,
Facts.
Keith? What you got? Although I know the answer, but let everybody else know.
absolutely what she said. But no, I mean, I'll give for instance. This is not even on that platonic side. This is just a scenario that actually happened. My daughter was driving my truck one day, and somebody called the woman I was dating, and she called me, going off on me. Who's that in your truck? Why you that? That's my child. And furthermore, that's who cares. Or I would be somewhere with a friend, or run into a friend somewhere, and then somebody would make a call, and say something, and it's like, no, that's just somebody. That's a friend. That's like a sister to me. I don't care. Well, you shouldn't. Yes, I should. I'm not gonna sit there and I'm not gonna throw away 45, 50 year friendship for something that might not be. You know, I'm not gonna stop being who I am for something that might not be. I can't change who I am. I love everybody,
Right.
and If he can't handle that, then we don't need to be around each other. He's not going to dictate who my
Absolutely.
friends should be. I can, now that I'm married, I have to tone down, but prior to, no, I'm going to, I still have friends, but it's not like it was, but we're still in communication when we are in communication. But, I don't, no, I can't deal with that. You got to understand that we all had lives before you came into our life. I think that's a good way of putting it. So, either get in where you fit in or don't get in at all. Because, again, it's like, okay, say, like what I was saying earlier, like if I would see you somewhere and I say I'm dating, I was dating at the time, and I see you somewhere and it's like, Tanya, and I walk up to you, give you a hug and a kiss, and you're like, who's that? None of your damn business. That's how I would do it. That's just me. You don't introduce yourself, or let me introduce you before you ask questions, because that could be my cousin, that could be anybody, that could be a sister of mine that you never met. So don't jump to conclusions and try to say negative when you don't know the situation. You don't know what's going on. You can't tell, and I've dated women. I mean, like with me, if I date, you got friends, I can care less. As long as they don't disrespect me, we're good. And that's up to you to allow or not allow disrespect, not me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I will add that most people that don't respect your platonic friendships are insecure.
that's 99% of them. Yes.
Always someone insecure and probably you
Absolutely. What you think, Chuck?
Well, I don't want to break up, so I get low. Um, but I wanted to throw in a twist to this.
Twist it up, brother.
And it goes back, now I want to put this on Varsity, but it goes back to something she said too. She said sometimes women do this. Um, and sometimes we have a hard time believing the other person because of our own guilt. Now, be real with you. Experience as a man found a female as a friend long enough to catch you being vulnerable. That is true.
Mhm.
There's a true element to that.
did.
I shouldn't be giving up the men's secret, but don't give it up. Yeah.
All right, baby face.
And I found women will do the exact same thing. So although we're having this conversation, there is an element
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's very difficult to trust a platonic friendship.
Right.
True.
Right.
But okay, let's speak specific. So, Varsity, this obviously is not between you and I. Keith, that's my brother. I love that brother. You know what I mean? Big brother, I should say, because him and my brother Dane are the same age, same grade, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Chuck, in our set of circumstances, there's never been any ulterior motives, and that's the thing I think that people don't understand. There are no ulterior motives to this relationship. He's value added in my life.
Right.
So I can say, knowing him all of these years, I mean, we're almost 50 years in the game, but knowing him all of these years, he's bringing something to my life. And it's not just hey, we're Facebook friends. No, this cat's been in my life and been a part of my life from day one, like A1 from day one type relationship.
Yeah.
So for me, there's nothing that's nefarious about this or da-da-da. I've never wanted anything from that man. And if anything, out of all the people I knew at the time when I started having kids and that I was very close to, he was the one I could think of when I said, I know him, I know his character. That's who I want to have as my kid's godfather. Now, Keith was in the military somewhere, so I couldn't reach him, But anyway, he wasn't around,
But Tanya, what I'm saying is that although you're absolutely right, there's nothing serious, I love that word, about our situation, our relationship. That's not the case 100% of the time.
No,
There are
absolutely.
There are times where people do have hidden agendas.
Right.
And so what we do is we judge other people by our own experiences.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is, for those people that will try to rustle the feather to try to stir up something, you know, a hornet's nest between you and I. And it's like, whatever y'all got going on is you. This relationship is this is my family.
Right.
That's my brother. Don't ever make a mistake of who he is, what he brings, and don't ever say anything like that, because there's nothing happening like that. You know, if anything, our opportunity ended in second grade. It was hit or miss. It didn't happen. Okay, from that point we keep going. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I wouldn't let someone sullen, and I love that word, I wouldn't let somebody sullen what we have in our relationship. Don't do that. Don't say that there's more to it. Don't act like that. No, that's my brother. Make no mistake of that. That's not my friend. It's like Keith. That's not my friend. Varsity, you're not my sis. I mean, my friend. You're my sister. This is my brother. This is my brother. That's it. That's
And that's
it.
that.
So
Point
if let's say Varsity, your husband doesn't like your friendship, let's say with Keith, brother, you got to take that up with yourself, because I've known this cat for a long time.
Or you.
Come on now. And there, if there was something there, like Keith said, we all have a past. We're here now. So let's not mix things up. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. So, but Chuck, I understand. Go ahead.
I think even in any it's value add. There's something about that person that adds substance to my life.
Right.
It doesn't have to be sexually, but there's something about that person, whether it's their character, whether it's the knowledge that they have, whether it's the love that they share that's genuine. It's something about that person that adds to my life. Because if they didn't add it, they wouldn't be around.
It's
There you go.
the enrichment that it brings. It's an
correct.
enrichment in our lives. And then the beauty that we all have, and we could speak to this for a couple of minutes, but before I go any further, I want to take a minute. I want to say, again, everybody, this is the check-in. This is our monthly check-in with, and this is the Facebook Live conversation that me and my good friend Charlie Red have every single month. Normally it's the first Saturday of every month, and we talk about a bevy of topics. And this month we just happen to be talking about the complexities of a platonic relationship between men and women. I know we've had some people that have joined. I see Steph Penn. What's going on, Sister Steph? I see James L. He is also here. Anthony Pratt, we love you, brother. Adrian Braxton, we see you. Rhonda Cookston, we also see you. Brother Mike Fairley was here. Our sister Joanne Flores. We've had quite a few. Deborah Lundgren, all of you that have come through and have sat in and checked in with us. We appreciate you. And for anyone else that happens to come in after the podcast is done, please continue to add your comments and such. We definitely want to make sure that we continue interacting with you. So that all of that having been said, so I guess my thought is, I almost get tired of having the conversation with Chuck. I'm using you as an example. I get tired of having the conversation with people that don't understand.
Don't
But I
worry.
don't understand, as if there has to be something. Like men and women can't just be friends. Why can't we just be friends? Keith, I'm gonna have you start, brother. Why can't we just be friends? Why gotta be up in your room? But
We can't be friends because people have never had friends.
There you go.
wait,
No,
say it one more time, Keith, for those of
tell,
us that are sitting in the back.
tell it.
We can't be friends because people have never had friends. It's the difference between having associates and acquaintances. So when we have friends, we have friends. When we have associates and acquaintances, they come and go. Friends come and go, but eventually, if they're genuine friends, they come back.
Right.
Absolutely.
So when we have these people that are always scrutinizing who we know, why we know them, or how we know them, those are people that haven't had people like that in their lives, or they have had people in their lives, and they may have did something wrong with the other person, so they hold that against everybody that comes around. Everybody is the same. Everybody that one bad apple spoils the whole tree. So we have to look at it like that, and again back to the hatred. There's a lot of
Yeah.
hatred out there.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to be somebody instead of being themselves.
Right.
We're not living for the Joneses. I don't want to be like the Joneses.
Mm-hmm.
The Joneses
Right.
aren't my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Only Joneses I know is my mama's family. That's it.
What
But
you think, Sister Varsity?
That's that real talk. I mean, he's speaking facts. Like, you don't have to care what people feel. I mean, you said what it was. That's your friend. If they want to go on and believe something different, hey, that's on them. A lot of people don't have friends for that long, so they don't understand, you know what I'm saying, the friendship, because they may have friends for a month or two and they're gone. But
But
even the kids, junior high, elementary, you know, different.
Absolutely.
and one more thing, feedback. People are put in our lives for a certain reason. Some are put in to stay. Some are put in to teach us the lessons about life, and whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, it makes us stronger. It should never make us weaker. It makes us stronger if we pay attention to what they're doing and how they navigate themselves. So we have to look at certain people, like you guys were put in my life to be in my life. Others weren't. My circle is very small. I don't call everybody a friend, and I know thousands of people, but I don't call everybody a friend because everybody is not my friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we're put here to do what we do with whoever we do it with, and some longevity and some short term. But the longevity is we've never had any hurdles to go through with us, period. But with others, we've had hurdles we've had to go over, under, through, and around to maintain that relationship. But that's life. And if it's genuine, then it's going to maintain. It's going to be there forever.
Absolutely.
Other
Absolutely.
than that, that's my take.
Mm-hmm.
Could be wrong, but that's
Mm-hmm.
No, that's facts.
Mm-hmm. What you think, Chuck?
No, I mean, again, I think it's very profound. Definitely appreciate having you both on because you both have exposed things that, once again, the reason that we're even having this conversation is things that we think about, but we very rarely discuss. And you both brought from different perspectives, um, things that have occurred in your lives has been very profound that actually helps enhance this discussion. So I just want to say thank you for that once again.
Absolutely.
And your vulnerability too, because you have to be able to speak in truth. That's your power, but you also have to be vulnerable enough to be able to share.
Right.
So thank you.
Absolutely. And as well, thank you for allowing people to kind of tune in to see you. It's a lot of, I think, when we get on here and we do this every month, these are a lot of people that join are like, ooh, such and such is on, and what are they talking about? Or, well, what do they look like? I think we get a lot of that. Well, what do they look like? We'd love to invite them up on the camera. Feel free to come join us at any time. We would love to have you. But again, so thank you for taking the time again today. I know we're going to be wrapping up sometime soon, but I'd like to be able to open this up. I know the two of you were obviously aware, Chuck, you obviously aware of the topic. Is there anything that you wanted to bring forth as a part of this conversation today to talk about platonic relationships, or whether it be things you've experienced or things that you'd like to just kind of impart? We really like to be respecters of time, so I think we got about 20 minutes or so before we're going to end our live today. Varsity, if I could start with you, or Chuck, did you have something real quick?
No, start with her.
Okay. Varsity, can I start with you? Did you have anything that you wanted to bring forth today?
I'll just bring forth that, like we always talking about, like, just stay genuine with each other, and whoever comes into your life, they don't understand, and that could become an issue, because, friendship is important, especially when it's important to you. And I think that whoever you decide to be with in your life, they have to just have that understanding, that you don't have to, like how we're meeting right now, they don't have to meet you, but if they can hear it, it's just what it is. These are my friends from school, and that's what it is. So I'll just bring that to the table, that we just stay genuine with each other and stay together like family, like we've been, no matter
Absolutely.
what.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Brother Keith, what you got? You know this man has an advanced degree, so get ready for the dissertation. Go ahead, Keith.
too much work. Like Varsity said, always be genuine. Always know who you are first and foremost, because you can't please anybody without pleasing yourself first. And on that same note, we have a lot of people out here that are selfish when it comes to friendships, platonic friendships. I can't be your friend because somebody don't like Charlie, or vice versa. Or you can't be my friend because somebody don't like me. Because just because you don't like that person doesn't mean, especially if you don't know that person, You know, a lot of people know of. They've heard. Well, this person's like this, or this person was like that, or so forth and so on. Okay, again, like I said earlier, we all have a past. You know, growing up ain't easy.
Right.
We got to bump our head. You know, we got to go through some things to understand where we are in life and what life is. We can't just sit there and, you know, everybody doesn't. And again, and another thing, everybody doesn't grow up at the same time. Just because you're 18, I don't mean, we come from an era to where we had very little options. Either you went to college, you worked at McDonald's, or you went to the military, or sold dope. And I chose the military. That was our era. And I wasn't raised to go to college. Hell, I barely went to school. I graduated though, but I barely went to school. Wasn't dumb. I wasn't dumb. I was just bored. I thought there was other things to do, you know. But we just have to look at ourselves and stay true to ourselves and stay true to our loved ones. And you know, negativity. Like I said, I'm damn near 60. I ain't got time for negativity. That's too much. That takes too much energy. That's why I'm white now, baby. You know, but life is short, and if you're allowed in your life to get people in your life that are around you in your life for majority shit. Now, I mean, we're together until we're not here no more, and not everybody can say that.
Right.
Not everybody can say I have a friend since the 7th grade, or I have a friend since the 2nd grade,
Right.
or I on this person since I came out the womb, and we're still super tight. Not everybody can say that. You know, not a plethora of people. Let me rephrase that. You know, we might have 2 or 3, but not a plethora of people where these are people that you can genuinely see, and it's like I saw you yesterday, or I can talk to you like I talked to you yesterday. I'm gonna give you, for instance, on that. It was a Facebook. There's a guy that I served with in '86 in Germany. He found my Facebook page out of nowhere. He called me. And it's like we just talked yesterday. And we talking 38 years ago. You know, and these are bonds that you know, like I say, we might not talk to each other for a couple, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 years. But when we do, it's like we did yesterday. You know, so always, you know who your friends are. When you up, down, in the middle, on top, whatever, you know who your true friends are. Those are the ones that aren't going to judge you. They're not going to question you. They're going to support you.
Right.
And everybody has a different way of supporting people. See,
Absolutely.
some people think, okay, if you're going through some things, you should offer some understanding. Let the dialogue come from where it comes from. Don't just come and blam, because some people will say they're in a situation just to get help, as opposed to trying to help themselves. For instance, or so-called friends. But so you know, just maintain you. Love your family, love your friends, love your kids, love whoever your God is, because He has many different names. You know, but you know, just love. Love's a hurtful word. You know, especially when it comes to friends, because you know, you have friends you thought you love like a brother or sister, then you find out they weren't really your friend.
Right.
Ooh, that's another topic. We had to write that down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another
Look.
one. Another.
Keith, you hold on after.
Yeah. Oh, that's another topic.
But no, seriously, you know, we just look at, in our community wasn't big, but it was. You know, when we were teenagers, we did everything together. Walk from the Crest Theater back to Rialto.
Right.
20, 30 deep after being there till midnight.
Right.
20, 30 deep walking. You know, did things like that. Hang out at the mall every Saturday. And do what we did and, you know, cop the 14, 25 cent, 10 cent, whatever it was back then, and walked home. And had conversation, walked to school together.
Summer school.
Right.
Yeah. If you had to go.
If you had
But, you know, so, and these people, you have some, I've noticed some, I'm not going to say no names because I ain't that type of person, but some have got to a point in life to where they forgot where they came from. And that goes back, I don't give a damn what you got. You can be the president of the United States. If I see you and say hi, speak back. I don't care what your status is. Your status doesn't mean anything to me. I told one brother, I knew you when you had holes in your shoes, so don't ever act like you don't know me.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not saying, I'm telling you, I wouldn't put it in his ear. I used to give you rides to school, blah, blah, and blah. I don't care what your status is in life. If I speak back. I don't want nothing from you. I'm acknowledging you because I thought we were better than what you're showing me that we are. You know, another 40+ year relationship, but blah, blah. Here it is there.
That must be somebody from class of 85.
No comment. Couple of them.
Comment.
Couple of them.
I'm gonna put it out there. Look, I know what class Keith is in 85.
Yeah, that don't sound like 86, and it definitely don't sound like 87.
Come on
So
It
okay.
was something
now.
from 86. It was something from 86 too.
Okay.
Yeah. I've ran into people in different states, you know. But
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
got to still, you know, you just maintain you. That's the bottom line. Maintain you. Like Charlie said, be vulnerable. A lot of people feel vulnerable. Being vulnerable, well, let me phrase it. Vulnerability is a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of weakness.
Come on.
You have to be vulnerable. You can't just walk around, you know, uncaring or thinking that you don't have to be a certain way because it's not the status quo. The status quo is what it is. Status quo. There's no rule book on how to grow up and how to be a friend.
Yeah.
Everything is trial and error. And we move from there, and we move forward, or we move sideways, whatever. But these are things that we have to do to navigate through life and navigate through friendships as well, platonic or otherwise.
Yeah. Absolutely. If
You have to. But go ahead.
yeah,
I'm done.
absolutely. Keith and I apologize. Chuck, and I want to come to you, but really quickly, Anthony Pratt asked a really good question in the chat. He said I wanted to ask everyone, does it say something, I apologize, about someone when it seems as though they only have friends of the opposite sex? Like a
No.
woman only seems to have friends with males and vice versa.
99% of my friends are. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, Keith. What'd you say, Chuck?
Brother Pratt, no. The answer is no. You have the right to be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. And going back after hearing Keith, it made me just think of something, and I'll just say this, and then I'll be done for the conversation. If you want to be a friend, you have to consider yourself friendly. You got to consider yourself friendly first. So if you want to have friends, you must first show that you are able to be that friend.
Or with
my brother, no. Again, whoever your spirit connects with, because again, friendship is friendship on many different levels. So whoever who you connect with, and that was a very good question, that actually fulfills you, that adds value to your life, it doesn't matter their gender.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
And that is how you know there's nothing more to it other than friendship. You're not seeking anymore. You're not looking. I just genuinely want to be your friend. Absolutely. Sister Varsity, what do you think? Keith, I'm coming to you last, brother. Sister Varsity, what do you think about the question? About a woman only having male friends or a male only having female friends?
It doesn't matter the gender. I mean, like, a friend is a friend. Who you connect with as your friend, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't have no color line on, woman or man, you know. Friend is a friend. It shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
You know.
Agreed. Brother Keith, what you think?
Like Charlie was saying, it shouldn't matter. In my case, I was raised by women. There's honestly, including my mama's grandkids, probably 20 men and 80 women. I was raised by women. So I was always around. I don't like it like that. I don't like being around them now, but when I was younger, I had no choice. But now I'm just joking. You know, so having a friend of the opposite sex, because you can see when we talk to people, when we have conversations with people, genuine people, sometimes we want to go to the opposite sex to get an honest opinion of something that's going on up here that we're trying to figure out. If somebody's going to be, you know, no filter, not going to sugarcoat it, going to tell you, hey, you know, as me being who I am, and you're asking me questions that has to do with femininity or with female, or even some of your male friends, I'm gonna give you my opinion. Not that you have to take my opinion, but I'm going to give you my opinion and allow you to, as they try to make us say it now, critically think about the issue, discern the issues, so you can come up to a better understanding. And it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Period. Like Bart said, a friend's a friend. It doesn't matter if it's a dog, cat, rat, monkey, horse, whatever. A friend is a friend.
Did he say dog, cat, rat? I mean, it's low. I thought I heard rat.
He did.
I said dog, cat, rat, monkey, horse. It don't matter.
Monkey horse.
So now we know that song from the 70s, Ben.
Yes.
There we go. So, but seriously, a friend is a friend. If they're genuine friends, it shouldn't matter.
Keep them.
If they're acquaintances, again, like I said earlier, acquaintances come and go. So if they're genuine friends and there's nothing, if it's totally platonic, then so be it. But we have a lot of people, I have to say something, then we can move on. We have a lot of people that, men and women, think that there's no such thing as a platonic relationship. And that's mainly what the topic of this discussion is. A lot of people think there is no such thing as a platonic relationship between the opposite sex. BS. Because we know this from our lives alone. And everybody else knows it, but a lot of people don't want to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll
You
shut up.
Well, you gotta be real with yourself. Do you have a hidden agenda?
Yeah,
Nobody
that's all it is to it.
agenda but
Right.
you. So do you? You have to ask yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. Do I have a hidden agenda? Goes back to what you said, Keith, when you mentioned those two words, hidden and agenda. So again, that's why I say you have to first of all prove yourself friendly if you want a friend.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Real talk.
I'm just here to make sure everybody has a chance to say something.
But you said it all already. Johnny, you said it all. You've been saying it the whole time. Everything we're saying, you said it. We're just putting it in. We're giving our feelings on what you said. Because you give the scenario, then you pose the question. So you said it, and we're all on the same page with that. Now you're gonna have people that are gonna say, probably be in the comments later, and we'll leave it at that. We already know where I'm going. But we just have to. I mean, again, life is short. No hidden agenda. This is all genuine. If it's an intentional genuineness, I like that. My wife gave me that intentionality. I'm still trying to figure it out. But if it's intentional, and I'm saying my wife, wow, and I love her to death. But if it's intentional and it's genuine, there's no problem.
Absolutely.
Now, growing up, teenagers, we all had hidden agendas with certain friends. We wanted to get close. Or so we thought. And then we found out the grass wasn't green. It was actually dead.
No, I
So,
should shoot Keith.
yeah, probably so. But, and see, that's one thing that's funny. You know me very well. And a lot of people that don't know me assume certain things about me because they don't know me. And I'm everything you're saying. I was, right? Let me rephrase that.
No, wait. You my brother. I love you. No. The brother, hey, you've always been that guy. So no, don't.
But see, the ones that know me know that. The ones that, even some of the ones who grew up with, never knew that I was that type of person because I never exhibited that type of personality to them. I was always doing my own thing and navigating my way.
Right.
But it is what it is. But it's intentionality. Friendships are friendships. Again, I'm gonna continue to say that. If they're genuine friendships and there's no hidden agenda and it's just personal time. Time plays a lot. Time plays a big role, but we can still have friends that we met 3-4 years, probably last week. They can become our friends, genuine friends. Yeah. And they can be female. They can still be platonic. Because some people like conversation. It could be a conversation that somebody wants to talk to you. Hey, you know, you got some good things. Let's chop it up. Let's sit down. Blah blah blah. And then as time progresses, they become your friend because you have a common understanding, a common ground. You know, to talk about issues in life, and you know, meet in the middle, whether you disagree or don't disagree. You know, but that's far and few between these days because some people's minds aren't open.
True.
To change, understanding, or what have you.
Now, brother, if I could, and Chuck, I apologize because I know that we are right at time. Our brother Larry Duncan asked a really profound question. I wanted to throw this out there, and this will be the last thing that we kind of cover if you all don't mind. The question is, if your motive starts off as one way, can they change to a different way of thinking about a friend of the opposite sex? Awesome question.
Didn't I just say that?
Thank you, Brother Larry.
Didn't I just say that?
So, well, since you already answered, Keith,
Larry?
Sister Varsity, what you think? Varsity, what you think, sis? Can motives change along the road?
They can. They can. I mean, you know, everybody's human. I mean, it could be a situation where you had a platonic relationship with a friend, but then you guys end up liking each other, and then it went further, you know. So, yeah, I would say yes to that. It can. And it's living proof, you know. It's happened, you know. But
Church.
as long as you know, it happens, hey.
I hear that. What you think, Chuck?
Take us off mute, Chuck.
I am. I'm just saying. My grandson popped up. Speak that truth, Varsity. Speak that truth. And I appreciate that. I mean, again, you have to look at yourself and be prepared to be vulnerable to even answer that question. But he also asked, can one person outgrow another? And that is true too. Yes. Yeah, people can outgrow each other. So just like they can grow together, they can also outgrow one another. So again, there is no set formula. It's fluid. It's very fluid. So today, I think all of us are saying the same thing. Knowledge of self. Know who you are. Therefore, as you know who you are, you can actually now begin to navigate whatever comes to you because life is short.
Absolutely. Keith, if you don't mind, I'm going to give you the last word, brother, and then we're going to wrap it up because we are over time. So if you'd like to impart here, then please, you've got the floor. I'm putting you on the clock, though.
All right, no doubt. Yo, you started this. Hey. Anywho, motives do change, like Varsity said. I mean, sometimes we try to become, like I said earlier, we try to become friends because we want what we want. And then we find out that it's better to be friends as opposed to moving forward because you don't want to ruin that relationship. And then other times we might make that step, and then it might be the worst step, it might be the best step. There's no way of telling where it's going, but you know, you gotta, like you say, you gotta be vulnerable. You gotta open your mind, open your heart, and look back at what you're trying to do, you know, and evaluate, you know, the friendship, the making of the friendship, and where you think you wanted to lead, and you know, just deal with it, and hopefully it turns out for the better. You never know, because it is a saying, you have to be friends with your mate before you can be a mate with your mate.
It's true.
And some of us tend to go straight to the mate without getting to know the person.
Yep. Absolutely.
And that's when and sometimes it's better off to be friends, because we know regardless of what attraction we have towards each other, our friendship is more important to me than the other.
Yeah, that friendship is what binds the two. Absolutely. Okay, with that, again, to my loved ones in this moment, Varsity Joseph, Keith Lane, we love the both of you so very much. And thank you for joining us today.
I don't like none of y'all.
You don't have to. You don't have to. I love you, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, you got enough love for him.
I love you. Now what?
Now what?
I can't say that about that plan.
So with that, Varsity, you're welcome back. Apparently, Keith's not. But anyway. But again,
Anytime.
this is the check-in, everybody. Again, we appreciate everyone that's either come through, that's commented, obviously with our loved ones. We so appreciate you. We will have this again every first Saturday of the month at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. for our Pacific Coasters. We do talk about, I'll use my brother Keith's word earlier, a plethora of topics, because you know I caught that. I caught plethora. I told you the man got advanced degrees and stuff, but anyway,
Right,
we talk
right.
about a plethora of topics, and so we look forward to having all of you join us again. Please continue to have conversations in the chat, because we will continue conversations there as well. So with that, y'all, we thank you. Thank you so much. We love y'all. Chuck,
Love you guys.
always,
Blessings.
y'all be good. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you
All
next
right.
month.